All right, so last and final question. To sum it all up, this brief explanation of this system. I mentioned divination earlier and how to tune in to vibrations in order to figure out where to be and what to do. So just like tarot cards and just like runes and just like bibliomancy, in this system, I take the planets for myself or for someone seeking guidance. And I'm able to tune into that by taking these planets in the pouch. Just like you would shuffle tarot cards. And you shuffle them. And then you draw one. And when you draw one, this will give you, I drew Jupiter. Because this is what is pertinent for right now. And that's how this system works. Just like shuffling tarot cards and you draw several out and it gives you the exact thing you needed to hear. So when I reached in the bag, I drew Jupiter. So now what would I do in order to divine what this is telling me that I need to know in my life right now for me or for others around me? Because sometimes you divine for others that are close to you. So to go back to my chart, I will find out again where Jupiter is today at this time that I drew this from the bag. And Jupiter is at 27 Capricorn. I find 27, I place it on the chart. I grab my list and I go to 27 Capricorn, which is going to be because Capricorn rules from 271 degrees of the zodiac until 300 degrees of the zodiac. So 27 degrees Capricorn will have to be 287 or 297, excuse me, in the whole cycle of the zodiac. So I go to my list, 297, carefully consider all the facts. That's what Jupiter is saying to me right now when I drew this from the bag as the oracle. So just as someone would read tarot cards, I'm reading the planets. If someone believes or feels that tarot works, if somebody believes that astrology works, if somebody believes that numerology works, then you would have to agree that it has to work in real life, that it must prove itself in actual reality. I'm proving what this is by where Jupiter actually is right now. So, this is how this system of divination works. And this is a system that I developed for a special group called the Free Zodiac Bennu Order. The reason why I named this group the Free Zodiac Bennu Order is because years ago, amongst groups of friends and associates, I created a society named the Bennu Society. The Bennu Society deals with only information from ancient Egypt, Kemet. But I found that for nowadays, in today's time, things had to make sense, not in an ancient language, but in the language that you speak, the language that I speak, in order for it to make sense for you right now, here today. So I created the Free Zodiac Bennu Order. And I'll give you the mysticism, the secrets, the mystery behind that. Free is when you add up all the letters, you get to 34. When you add up all the letters of Zodiac, you get to 58. When you add up all the letters of Bennu, you get to 56. When you add up all the letters of order, you get to 60. Why did I choose those words, specific words? Why did I choose those specific numbers? It's because the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 equal the same equation, or same equivalent, is the equivalent of free, which is 34, O-N-E is 34. Zodiac is 58. TWO2 is 58 when you add the letters. 3, THREE is 56. Bennu is 56. 4, FOUR is 60. Order is 60. So what did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the information of 1, 2, 3, 4. Why 1, 2, 3, 4? Because they're sequential. 1, 2, 3, 4 because one square or one dot at the top, 2 below that, 3 below that, and 4 below that. It makes a pyramid shape. Those are known as, it's called the Tetrachus by Pythagoras. And he realized that those numbers are all there is because they equal to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. So synchronicity wise, sometimes you see 12:34 on the clock. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, or ABCD. This information can be especially pertinent to children because it's ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. But it also can be pertinent to adults because it's speaking on the level of numbers, which no one can disagree with. Mathematics and numbers don't lie. Everything must add up in order for it to make sense. Third question, where am I going? At this time, I'm at the precipice of using this information to generate capital because this is the third phase of my life. I'm 45 now. 45. The angle, 45 degrees. On this square of 9 or square of 19, it starts in the middle and it spirals out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it spirals around and around like a maze or a labyrinth until you get to this bottom corner, which is 361, which is one more than 360 degrees, because that's the start of a new cycle, that 361. But this is a chart. Matter of fact, all of these that you're looking at right now, these are the same things. These are ancient calculators, ancient computers. Before we had computers, this is what a mystic would use in order to add and subtract things, or multiply and divide. Because when you move over 1, it's the answer when you move up 1. And what that means is time and number squares each other. And when time and number squares each other, you have an actuality. You have something real because it passed a certain level along the way. All of the blue lines are obstacles, but obstacles are your greatest teacher because a square, you use a square to square off your desires, and use a circle to round off your passions. And this is what you use to round off your passions. A compass to make the circles. And you use a square to make straight lines. And this is the same thing you have to use in your life in order to be upright and stay on a straight path to ensure your arrival at your predetermined destination, answering the question of where you are going. And once you see or catch a glimpse of where you are going, as I was fortunate enough to do, I found peace. And no longer did I have to search or wonder or worry about the past, the present, or the future, because you're always where you are supposed to be. You could not be there unless you were supposed to be there. You could not arrive at that destination, that perfect point. I need my square. I don't know where my square is. But you couldn't arrive at that perfect angle. Have you ever left out your house after thinking about somebody and then met them at the corner store and you hadn't seen them, but you were thinking about them? How did those two events happen exactly at that point? Have you ever seen a car crash and wondered, how did those two cars crash and arrive at the same point at the same time? If they were but a second off, they would not have arrived at the same time. That's how divine things are. Yeah, the good and the bad, the positive and the negative, all interacting at the same time, at a point in time. What point in time? One of these points around the zodiac. Why the zodiac? Because that's all there is. There's only 360 degrees in life, in anything. A square is 360 degrees. A circle is 360 degrees. Two ways of looking at the same thing. One with hard angles, meaning challenges, and one is a smooth path. So, I could go on for hours and days, but the future is forecasting time and price. Because what if I told you that time equals price? That time is not only some abstract idea, but it's a value. And that when time and price squares each other, money, I gotta say these words, magnetic money wings. Magnetic money wings, why? Magnetic is 72, money is 72. I can stop there because 72 and 72 is 144. I add another 72 and put the wings on it because that's what I have right now. Taurus says I have, but magnetic money wings. Why? To attract, magnetically attract the money that I need. Some people do it already. Matter of fact, you do it already. You ever wonder how you have just enough money and no more? No more. How many times every month you have just enough? What is that? That's time and price squaring each other in your life. Okay, it gets deeper. It gets deeper. These are the mysteries of life. And along this journey, I've been able to pull the veil aside. My contact information, if this is something that you need to know or something that you pondered or wondered about, contact me. This is Asar L. Numberman. 101. Peace.